guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I did my very own feed-in braids. And I've done feed-in braids before, but I only did like 2 braids and just like a crown braid. And so I tested the water before, and this is like, I had some practice, so this is my full out like feed-in braid hairstyle try, and I'm really happy about how it turned out. I did these Sunday night. It is now Tuesday night, and they're holding up pretty well. So I owe the neatness of this style, even though I'm a beginner. I mean, my braids aren't perfect, but they are holding up. So I use a generous amount of edge booster. This stuff, like, it just scoops right into your hand. It's not too thick, but it does act like glue. Like, you have to be careful because sometimes I use too much and it was hard to like really grip the braids. And then when I finished my hair, I ended it with a lot of bodies, wrapping foam. Now this takes me back to my perm days when I was doing the roller wraps and the flexi rod styles. This held my hair in style. Now I never really used it for natural hair, but it does pretty much a good job. Like, I don't have any frizzies, and I think it's gonna hold up pretty well. I'm gonna try to make it last 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna do a series on protective styles, such as like my knotless braids and the feed-in braids. I'm gonna try to do more intricate protective styles that last longer. I'm really proud of myself of how these turned out. I was gonna just do the straight back cornrows, but then they were just looking like I was Queen Latifah and set it off. So I just had to do the little braids in between, and it gave it a nice little flare. Like, I'm hyped. For the most part, I did part it myself, and even who helped me, you know, it was still kind of crooked. It wasn't like perfect like salon material. And I did blow dry my hair section by section, so it was hard trying to detangle the mattedness to get a straight part. So all those reasons, I'm not a pro, so you all know that I'm not a pro, but I really put a lot of effort into these to make them look really well. And I think as long as you put effort and have patience into whatever you do, you're gonna have some good results. I mean, you just gotta have that eye for what looks good and what doesn't. Like, what doesn't. I definitely took a lot of braids out. I took braids out and redid them, took them out, redid them, just to make sure that they all look neat, they all look uniform. For those watching, if you do have the patience, this is some inspiration to try it on your own. Once again, I didn't wet the ends because I just been wearing it in buns, but I'm happy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and like, comment, subscribe, because I have some more inspirational hair videos coming for you guys. And let's get to it. Okay, so for these braids, I used a pack of 3 bundles of Expressions hair. It was pre-stretched, 100% Kanekalon hair. I would advise you to get 2 packs of these 3 bundle packs, because I kind of had to use some leftover hair just to fill in the braids. It kind of wasn't enough, so get 2 packs just in case. And here I'm just taking half of 1 bundle for 1 braid and dividing the hair into sections. I gradually get bigger as I continue to split. I think I did about 8 sections of hair with this half section of the bundle, and I kind of gradually got bigger as I was going to be adding hair down the braid. So this is just me separating it. And then I used a bunch of edge booster to slick down the sides of the braid. I kind of just went all down the side of each side of the braid to kind of get the hair to go towards the middle where the braid is going to be. So with that, I kind of just take the edge control or edge booster and slick the hair towards the middle of the braid and make like a mini mohawk in that section, just to make sure the hair is going towards the middle of the braid. And here I'm just taking a rat tail comb to separate the initial part of the braid, and I just start cornrowing. So it's trial and error. This method is very similar to the knotless braid method. Knotless braid method is similar to the feed-in braid method. You're kind of adding hair in between the 2 out of 3 sections. Each half of the hair gets a half of the section, if that makes sense. And I just braid the hair in. So if you just watch closely, you'll see I add hair in between 2 out of 3 of the sections, and I just braid it on in. So it takes practice, and make sure that each section is detangled so that the 3 sections don't knot up together. Just make sure that they're separated completely before adding hair in or before continuing the braid, and it should look pretty smooth as long as you check it throughout the braid and make sure that it looks symmetric and it looks even before you continue on. So that's just how I did it. Here I'm just showing you how I separate and do the smaller braids. So I kind of just do a symmetric to the other side, and I part parallel to the parts. So I'm just parting a little slither of hair about the width I want the small braid to be. And I don't really focus too much on the parts being super straight, because I think after a while I got tired and I just was like, it's no point in trying to spend 20 hours trying to get the part super straight, because I don't think that was even possible at that time. So I kind of just parted it to the best of my abilities and just kept it pushing. So I separated the hair and I used the edge booster to separate the other section away from the small braid, and I just do a small braid about 4/5 of the way down. I don't braid all the way to the nape of my neck. I stopped because it's going to end up going into the big braid. So I cornrowed majority of the way down, probably like 80% down my head, and then I stopped the braid to end up going into the big braid. Now I'm just going through the motions of how I did the feed-in braid again. One thing I do want to warn you guys, do not use so much edge booster, because it gets kind of hard manipulating the hair when it's caked up with edge booster. Like if the hair is going back, even if you pull it to the side, it will still kind of go back because the edge booster has laid it that way. So be careful how much you use and make sure that your braid is nice and solid and not conflicted with the edge booster. So here I use the foam wrap to lay down my edges, mainly on the front of my head because I don't want that part to look frizzy. And I kind of just slicked it down. I used the wrapping papers to wrap the front and the back of my head. And when I tied those up, I just sat on in the dryer for about 20 to 30 minutes and then I took it down. So there you have it, guys. That is my rendition of feed in braids DIY. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I am replying. And like and subscribe because you know I got some content coming for you guys and I don't want you to miss it. So let me know if you have any other styles that you want me to try out for you guys as well. See you guys in the next video. Thanks.